The funny thing is, you've satisfied the one question I have, which was about the credit.
So what they have is you have the original person who does all the hard work to whatever. In science, this occurs. Then they typically conceal it. And then you release it by the Intercept, one of the establishment's authorities. Okay. But you only release a small piece of it. And the goal is a limited hangout technique is to make sure people just go away. And they trust Glenn Greenwald. They trust Tucker. They trust the ACLU. They did their job. Great. And then when that fails, because we attacked the Intercept, as I told you, I wrote to the Pulitzer Prize Committee, then they have to do the full unlimited hangout. And that's what Stephen Miller did. Okay, they had him say, oh my God, we discovered this portal, give me money. And then Trump says, oh my God, I can't believe this portal exists. I'll take it down when I become president. Again, paying homage to the false gods. But in this process, truth is delayed. And delayed truth is deadly. Delayed truth is how they manipulate it. I also want to let people know that we invite everyone to come to an orientation. Every Thursdays at 11 a.m. and 8 p.m., I host an open house. Lots of great people show up. You have a lot of chance to meet people from all over the world. Every Thursdays, we do a open house. Anyone's invited. You can just RSVP at vashiva.com/orientation. We have people all over the world come in and we discuss how we actually build a movement to end the nonsense that's going on. If you think, oh my God, the world's going to hell, I'm so confused, you'll get very inspired at seeing there's a lot of people who are coming to our movement for truth, freedom, and health. Please join us there. I think I mentioned this to you when we spoke on the phone. A very interesting docudrama came out where they're interviewing the Vice Admiral of MI5's liaison to the media. And he says, we don't give a damn how much the public knows. Give them all the information. We only care when they get it. When. So all of you listening out there, go look at when Tucker Carlson starts talking about big tech censorship, when all these conservative grifters start talking about it. When? Because the when will lead you to the true source, why credit matters, and why the mattering of credit is directly related to your own liberation. And what is it in you that does not want to give credit to that 14-year-old kid who did invent email in Newark, New Jersey, and wants to give it to the military-industrial complex? Where does that reaction come from? Where does the reaction come from when I expose Tucker, when I expose these mainstream media who are supposed to be anti-establishment, that they didn't do their job in 2020? And I would argue that it comes from your own sense of not wanting power of your lives and not wanting to have the self-respect. An American in 2023 better have that, because the tip of the spear of all the workers' movement is in this country. And when the First Amendment, which I believe has been decimated by now, India doesn't have the First Amendment, UK doesn't have the First Amendment, Australia doesn't have the First Amendment. We do. And so that's why this is so important for me, David. This is why I spent so much time doing the lawsuit and doing this, because I know what happens when you can't have speech. As a scientist, if you can't have speech freedom, you can't do science. You don't get to truth. And if you can't do truth, you don't get health. And without health, you can't fight for any of these things. So these are all intimately connected. So when we say truth, freedom, and health, we don't put an ampersand. We say truth, freedom, health. They're all equal. We can't have yoga Nazis fighting for their health over here, or the nerds talking about innovation alone, or the First Amendment, Second Amendment people. All these people need to recognize a scientist must be a freedom fighter and healthy. A quote unquote, a redneck who wants to fight for his First and Second Amendment better be healthy and better learn some science. And a person who wants to be healthy better learn science and also fight for freedom. All these three things have got to come together. So that's what, I've concluded is very, very important. And all of these things at one time were together. We separated. In many ways, we fractured our own human psyche. The thinking human, the working human, the fighting human, all these were fractured. We all got to come together on this.
I love it, Dr. Shiva, but thank you for being here. This was amazing.